You want to? Is it worth posting in the Gauntlet Need Players channel?
Nah, it's all right.
Okay.
We'll do two shot. Okay, sorry, two player. What do you call it? Duet. That's the game. So yes. Anyway, I'm Blake. This is Gauntlet Hangout RPG games, whatever we call it nowadays. Running Dungeon World with David and Mike, and yeah, it's just gonna have a two-player game today. Mike's just creating his character, an Immolator, which from memory is like a fire-based sorcerer dude.
The first playbook I ever used for Dungeon World.
Okay. I have vague memories of a Metallica quote in there somewhere.
Yes. Give me fuel, give me fire.
Yep, that's the one. Good stuff. All right. So, last session, the heroes, including Elevor, I say heroes in inverted quotes, cleared out a kobold keep, or a keep with some kobolds in it, but they kind of did it via negotiation, which is cool. So I will say the other two are sort of doing the cleanup, literally, while you two are off, doing something else in the area.
So I think both these characters are new to the series.
Nope. Elevor was here last time.
Oh, cool.
But it's not his keep, so he doesn't have to clean up. The other two can do that, and he can do something and meet them back up, catch up with them later.
Hope my garden's still there when I show up.
Yeah, we can say it's a month later, and you spent some time there, and then you went off or whatever. It's not. This isn't Tolkien. We're not doing hour by hour chronology or anything. What we do need to do is have a bond between you two. So if you want to look in the bond section of your thing, if one of them grabs you.
Ah, you're the druid. Okay. So I have a general gist for what I think my character's about, given that so far everyone else in the group is a human.
Yeah.
I remember that 4th edition D&D, the kind of uber story was that there had just been a big civilizational collapse, and this was kind of begin with like the pieces in the picking up the pieces stage. So I was wondering, I can't remember how much they actually defined the prior civilization, but what if that last, or maybe one of the prior civilizations that had come and gone was a Dragonborn? I know the Dragonborn Empire, because I believe they did have one at one point, didn't they?
Yeah. They're kind of loosely samurai based.
Yeah.
Honorable warriors and, that sort of shit. But, yeah.
And I was thinking as an immolator, they're kind of like about... they're kind of an interesting... have kind of an interesting vibe, but I was wondering if maybe my character was kind of devoted to the possibility that the humans it might be their turn, and maybe I could kind of do my bit to try to instill some of the Dragonborn ways without at least discern what about the Dragonborn society is worth preserving, and what needs to be what I need, which parts of it I need to make sure don't take root in the human society.
I'm not sure Elevor's a typical human, but you two can look at your bonds and figure out what you want to do.
Yeah. I think the obvious one here is that the spirit spoke to me of a great danger that follows whatever your character name is.
Oh, well, that's a good question. What is my character name? Let's find ourselves a handy dandy random Dragonborn name generator.
I think like something like Latin-esque, like Roman-esque name to sort of capture that sort of a former civilization type.
I like that. So, let's go to Latin translator. I took Latin. This really shouldn't need. I really shouldn't need this, but I do because it's been a long time since high school. So, oops. Let's see. I'm going to put an ember. Oh, no, it's the same in Latin, or there's no translating word. see. I've got a couple of. I'm seeing a couple of translations of Ash. There's Sinis. There is Fraxinus, Spodium.
Fraxinus.
I mean, you could use all of them. You could have like five names, or
Fraxinus it is. Let's see, here we go. Thanks for the suggestion. I dig that. Almost sounds like Francis.
Fraxinus.
And let's see, for alignment.
Headache, sore throat, fever. Try Fraxinus.
Yes. Ask your doctor. Fraxinus is right for you.
All right. So, are you happy with the, a great threat or a great danger is following Fraxinus, and the druids talk to you about it, or has he talked to you about it?
I think Elevor's sort of a chatterer, so I don't think he would have held back about that. I think he would have randomly mentioned that Windsprite doesn't like you or something like that.
Yeah, I feel like this playbook is very much based on Melisandre from the Game of Thrones books, because it's all about sacrificing and reading into people's souls for what they want, and making sure they pay the price for what they want. It seems to be.
Is that the really tall blonde female one?
The redhead. The redhead who
redhead.
set things on fire and created shadow monsters out of.
That one. The new gods.
Yes, exactly. Yeah, the new god.
The night is dark and full of terror, lady.
That's her.
Yep.
So kind of a dark book, but I always like to play stuff. I like the emulator because it's not something that's easily found in. It's not like a direct translation from D&D.
Yeah.
And I like Dragonborn because that's kind of like one of the. When I think 4th edition, I think Dragonborn because that was when they really came into their own. Now, I like the idea of the bond you presented for me. Now I could either.
You can use the existing one, or if you can think of one that kind of ties into that, then that's cool too.
But just to give you the gist of Elevor, he's a druid, but he's sort of a farmy druid. He's got this little farm with tons of livestock, and he tries to make friends with chat up all the field mice he encounters and all that. And he's more of a cultivation, the idea of a husbandry druid rather than pure wild.
Okay, so would it make sense that on the druid scale, you're probably skewed more towards the idea that civilization is okay, or isn't inherently bad as opposed to it being inherently bad?
Yeah, definitely.
Okay, well in that case,
he's not necessarily a fan of the concept of giant cities, but towns, yeah, sure.
Okay, within limits, gotcha. But yeah, it's not horrible. So I feel like I could either teach the true. Do I either want to teach you the true meaning of sacrifice, or the other option is I cast something into the fire for you, and I still owe you your due. What that exactly means, I'm still trying to figure out. But it looks like I sacrificed something.
It doesn't have to be past tense. It could be it's something that's going to happen. You're getting to know this person, and at some point that does happen. Yeah.
Now, what if it was what if I was going to teach you the true meaning of sacrifice, and by that I mean if you want to keep society from getting too big, civilization from getting too big where it overwhelms and kind of puts us back on the path towards another collapse, I'm here to help you do that, but it's not going to be easy. How does that catch you?
It's not grab me. Let me think for a moment.
Sure.
Trying to think of something interesting here. I was really gonna go with the first one. Like, maybe we
Okay.
met because you let your fire get out of control or something like that, and you destroyed something or burned something, like I don't know, something that like I didn't like or something along those lines.
Sure. Yeah, that's no problem. And that's and now you know my strength, as in now you know that I'm worth keeping as an ally.
Yeah, something like that.
Let's do
But
that.
also maybe some mild concerns. But
Sure.
yeah. Do you have ideas for how I observed the hellish touch of fire?
Uh, what if it was a matter of what if I was engaging in some burnings of grasslands to kind of like control, like a kind of a controlled burning of grasslands to prevent the potential for like uncontrollable, uh, massive fire spreading unchecked throughout the wilderness plain, sort of thing.
Yeah. You accidentally started a wildfire.
Oh, it could even be. Yeah. So you're thinking that maybe I accidentally created a wildfire?
Yeah, that's what I thought you were saying. But
Oh,
you went a different direction.
Yeah, I was.
You're trying to do something smaller and it got out of control, or something like that.
It might have been. I was thinking more along the lines of acting. Although actually, I think what you said actually fits better with the emulator vibe, because we're really not. It's not a gentle protectory kind of playbook in general. So, I may not have meant to do it, but it could have still just happened. I think that's fair. But now, does that mean that you still does that mean you still want? Would you? How does that work into still keeping me around as an ally?
I'm not a very judgmental guy. I was like, well, I call a bit out of hand, didn't it? You'll have to do a little bit better next time, won't you? That sort of.
Okay. You do that.
Okay, so we can say you meet up at Elevor's farm on the edge of town, edge of Fallcrest. Elevor, which of your animals takes an interest in Fraxinus?
Let me just a moment here. Where's my note? Sorry, game notes. 100% is Fanny, the goat, the cool goat, as we established last time. This goat like walks up to you and like starts nuzzling, and then like tries to eat some of your clothes, just chomps down. But like in a nonchalant way that, like, they're in charge here.
I dig that, because I was just at a petting farm where there are many goats. Adorable. I feel like that would be off-putting to me. I kind of try to carry myself as someone who is, at least into the idea of civilization as a general principle, and probably don't take to like animals just like licking up on me. But I know where I'm at. It's not. This is just how it is. So I'm never comfortable with that, but I'm sure it's very amusing how my character squirms with that, especially given all the other weirdness that he is into. To see that kind of person, that kind of being get up by a goat tongue is probably pretty humorous.
Okay. I mean, as Fraxinus went through town, you would have heard people talking about, some local heroes cleared out the kobolds from the keep to the west, and one of them was Elevor, who you've met before. Now, in terms of things to do, there's a few potential missions on offer. There's rumored to be catacombs beneath the town. There, a cleric wants an escort to the sword mounds to the north. That's going to be, a couple of day trip or whatever. And also, there's been fights along the river at night, and someone wants to know what's going on. So, if any of them interest you two, or you could just go out and patrol.
There's the tunnels under the town that need to be cleared out. Yep. Someone needs an escort.
Yeah, cleric needs an escort to the sword mounds to the north. That's a couple of day or like a week long mission. There's fights along the river at night.
Who does the cleric? Who does the cleric worship?
Ayun, the god of knowledge and lore and
okay, that's not what
thought.
It's not one of the obnoxious ones as far as Fraxinus is concerned.
Well, he's a bit up himself.
Okay. Well, I mean, as a person, that's fine. It's more the deity that is concerning to Fraxinus.
Yeah, he's not a non-offensive deity.
Yeah. All right, I'm still just copying in my starting moves.
Yeah, but if none of those things interest you, you can just go out and patrol. There's plenty of monsters out there that need to be encouraged to be further away from town.
I think the fighting at night is interesting, and I think actually even the cleric escorting, because gods of knowledge. I feel like
cleric's the one that jumped out at me.
I'm sorry?
The cleric is the one that jumped out at me.
Okay. I think we have a consensus then. And I'm sorry, what was as a reminder, what was there's another outstanding task. Oh, the catacombs. Yeah, the catacombs will always be there.
It's not that they need to be cleared out, it's just that there's rumors that there's stuff there. Might be lucrative, might not be. Might be dangerous, might not be.
Hope that no one is competent of us tries to go for it first.
Okay.
So yeah, I think cleric of Ayun would be interesting company for several days or so, however long the journey is going to be.
All right, come on. I've just used. Holy crap! I can't even pronounce half of these. This is a Dragonborn character name generator. Holy crap! Volrash Orion. That'll do. Okay, so female. Oh god, that is awful. I can't see that. Okay, so Volrash is a female Dragonborn. Cleric of Ayun.
Very good.
The font size, so it doesn't take up half my page. Yeah,
would you mind
so
typing that? Just so we can make sure we got the spelling down. Ooh, very good.
So yeah, they want to bury a family member up in the sword barrow to the north. So let's have a look.
Well, if I remember correctly, Dragonborns are one of the very clan-centric, family-centric societies.
Yep.
Very much like the Dwarves in that respect. So, yeah, that's definitely going to be something.
Can you drop the map up too, again?
Yep. Okay, that's. Whoop. So that's 2 days. So like 4 or 5 day trip, depending on how you go in the hills. Round trip, that is, there and back. So it's just straight north up the river. into the sort of fairly cold, fen/hills. Okay.
Oh, Mr. Doubles.
Yeah, but stop sharing that page. It's my notes, damn it. All right.
This is my animal companion, by the way.
Yep. I think mine's sleeping at the minute. Okay.
I had to lock mine out.
No.
Alrighty. Okay. So, Targon the Dwarven Bard, it's the one that sort of put you onto this mission. They introduce you to Volrash. Volrash, the sort of thing, they want to go and bury the remains of a family member up north with the rest of their family that fell in battle. They don't have to go today, but in the next couple of days would be nice. And yeah, it should be, 4 or 5 day trip there and back. With all the humanoids and whatever other monsters running around, it's just, rather safety in numbers than going on our own.
Doesn't take Elevor long to get ready. In fact, I'd argue. I mean, I can spend some coin if we want to do this to make it because this is an actual game benefit. But I think he's got a mule that he just sort of brings along, one of his animals. I'm not sure if there's a cost for that since I've got some coin.
Yeah. Okay. I don't know where gear is in this book.
Horse is 75 coins. Oh, cart and donkey is 50 coins. So I don't know how much the donkey alone would be.
Well, we can just say half.
Okay.
You could argue either way, so.
Works for me.
And where are we headed for again? Which was it, the Sword Barrel or Sword?
Yeah, just to the north. It's like 2.5 days to the north.
Gotcha. Okay, Sword Barrel. Just catching up here. And there is a dwarf bard who's accompanying us.
No, he's the fixer of
gotcha.
Putting you in contact with people in town. So he introduces you to Volrash. Volrash would greet you in Dragonborn and recite their parents' names and their grandparents' names and sort of wait for you to do the same.
Yep, which I will do.
So the donkey's name is incongruously Wolf.
Wolf the donkey.
The donkey chose it himself.
Oh, well.
Dear. I remember watching an actual play of Dungeon World, and the donkey's name was Cart, and the cart was named Donkey. And they just kept trying to trip up the GM with it. Dear. Okay. So, I mean, do you want to go later today? Do you want to go... Is there stuff you need to do in town first? It's what Volrash is asking you.
I don't think I need it. I don't think I have anything I need to deal with. Oh, dungeon rations. That's good. Dungeon rations.
I think when she's talking, she sort of looks around a lot, but doesn't physically move.
Did we all automatically get dungeon rations?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. I'll take 10 coins then, because I feel like I'm someone who would.
What the hell? You don't need to eat or drink. That's broken. Wow.
Oh, that's right. I feed on. I don't know. I guess
That's
I
me.
feed on.
Yeah,
Oh, that's right.
a
You're
lot.
Druid. You're. That's
That
right.
doesn't mean I don't like to eat and drink.
Live off the land.
I quite like the Terry Pratchett version of Dwarven Bread, where they're like, "No, I'm not that hungry. I'll put it back in my pack and keep going."
Right.
Okay. All right. So we shall set off. Partially. What the? Oh, it keeps messing with the background of the font, so I can't read the bloody thing. What are you doing?
Do we have a deck roller, or are we just roll?
Yep. I put in fighting word at the minute.
Mm.
Oh for shit this morning. Okay, let's have a go. What?
Cool.
Okay, let's do Undertake a Perilous Journey, because it is. Okay. We didn't do one last time. We did Recruit last time. I was bloody amazed.
We did a recruit
it
at the
is.
end.
Yeah, we did a Recruit and a Carouse. I know something else.
Okay, I remember the crows. I'd left at the. I was sort of heading out the door.
Yeah, we did Recruit to get people to help clean up and repair the keep. So, Undertake a Perilous Journey. Who wants to be Trailblazer, which is sort of direction, and then a Scout, which is keeping out of trouble, and Quartermaster is supplies.
I feel Trailblazer is kind of on brand for Emulator, even if it is only
Okay.
not really.
But I'll be the scout, chatting up the local animals.
Oh yeah, sure.
So roll plus whiz.
Cleric. Yeah, they're all roll plus whiz. Okay.
Cool.
So that's 5 plus 2 is 7. Gotta start failing some rolls if I want to level up.
Right. That's one of my favorite things about this game. Are we all rolling our checks now?
Yep, go for it.
Okay, and let's see. How do I do this? Oh, 2d6 plus. Can we enter modifiers?
I did, yeah. I just had 2d6 plus 2, and oh no, it didn't actually give me that though. This has been misbehaving somewhat. I'm confused.
Okay. Yeah, you got 2
Oh, wait, I don't want to fudge
dice.
die. Nope, stop. I don't want that at all.
Yeah, if you select the orange 2 and then hit the re-roll thing down the bottom.
What's the? Oh, I see. Okay, so I'm just gonna hit roll 2d6 now. Just have to remember to add 1. I guess. Oop, there we are. 8, and then looks like I generated a 9 total.
Jolly good.
Can't. Baby, no chomping. Not for you. Not for cats. Sorry, baby. Yeah. So I guess it generated a 9 for the trailblazing.
Lyric got a 5 for Quartermaster. Okay, so. Excellent. So, hang on. So okay, so you get there sort of halfway through the second day. You make good time to get to the edge of these sword barrows. However, your rations got damaged, so you lost 2 days' rations each because the Volrash was I don't know, maybe they were trying to clean some stuff and they lost a bunch of it in the street.
Oh no.
And they got damaged. However, that's when Elevor noticed a monster. What can we have? Let's have this thing.
Oh.
So a wyvern comes sweeping towards you and doesn't look friendly. So what do you mean it's not in the call book? Oh well, bugger. Just, well, I've got a bunch of other monster stats. Yeah. Okay. No one's got the drop on anyone, but you can see it hooning towards you. What are you doing?
I turn into an eagle.
Okay.
And then take off into the sky, which might be a little alarming. Not the eagle part, the shapeshifting part. You guys sort of know that. That's sort of like, where's he going?
Oh, great.
Check, please.
Well, I'm going to assume you're not. You're right. I'm going to assume you're not running away because, a fish probably would have been the best bet for that one. So I trust you're still in the fight. As for Fraxinus, I think it'll be time for him to generate a flaming bow and arrow.
Cool.
And we'll find out exactly how tough wyverns are.
I think the camera will slow-mo while the wind blows in your cloak or whatever as you're doing this.
Right, so I need, so that's going to be a roll plus con.
Yep. So you want to do that, and Elevor do your shapeshifting.
Yep. I rolled a 8 plus 2, 10.
Laughing. Is it like a golden eagle? Is it more like a condor? Is it a bald eagle? What is this eagle?
Golden eagle is what I was thinking.
Okay. Cool bananas.
All right. And I've generated a 10, so I can create a flaming weapon with, let's see, I get to choose 2 of the following tags. So it's going to be thrown near. And I'm going to choose to leave the dangerous tag there. If we're by a river and if the wyvern's up in the air, the odds of me accidentally setting a forest on fire is less than normal, I hope.
Yeah.
We'll see if I'm right. So I will use one of my 2 tags for I guess near, or do I even want to do maybe thrown for, because I think flaming spears looks a little cooler, and then plus 1 damage. So that's what I've got, and I've got 3 uses of before I have to check my burning brand again. So I can throw 3 spears.
Yeah. I think you're still the bigger target, and your heat signature just changed, so it's still going to be swooping towards you. It's like, I'll deal with the eagle in a minute. I'm hungry. I'm going to get for that thing. So if you want to do your volley, and we'll see how things go from there.
Okay, and I'm attacking with my intelligence because that'll be a +1. So okay.
What? Jeez. Broken.
Oh,
Alrighty.
Okay. So I generated a 9 total.
Get too many dice up here. I'll just get rid of some.
We're not getting the log. Isn't working.
Oh yeah.
We had that happen last time too.
All right. Well, if you can see what you rolled, or if you want to roll physical dice, that's cool too. What did you get?
Oh, me, I hit 9 on the volley.
Ah, okay, 9. All right. So you can reduce your ammo, you can put yourself in danger to get your shot, or you can do like a reduced damage shot.
So if I reduce ammo, does that include beyond the 1 use tag? I'm sorry, what were the 2 options besides the reducing ammo?
Reduced damage, so like it's just clipped it instead of getting it dead on. Or you put yourself in danger, like maybe you're on precarious footing, or you're an easy target for them to attack back.
Are we actually on the river? Like on a?
You're next to it.
Oh, next to it. Okay.
It's up to you if you want to be in it or up a tree or something.
Yeah, I think I'll take a chance at the precarious footing, and then just that way I can preserve the my 2 additional uses plus add a +1 to the damage. So that'll be my option.
Okay. All right. Roll your damage.
Okay, so this will be D8 plus, and then we'll add a +1 afterwards. 6 damage.
Okay. So while that's happening, what's Elevor doing?
Elevor is swooping up in an updraft and is planning to then swoop down and try to bring his powerful claws to bear on the wyvern's head.
Okay. It's about to kind of collide with Fraxinus.
I don't think I can get up enough to prevent that from happening.
No, you could attack it though.
I mean, am I high enough to get the full effect of my attack?
Yeah, because it's focused on him.
Sure, yeah. I'll swoop down and down from above and hopefully hurt it. Do I have any moves associated with this form?
Not really. You've just got flight.
Okay.
It'll just be your standard damage. It's just your claws instead of your staff or whatever.
So I roll hack and slash then?
I guess it would be, yeah.
Right. I'm +0 on strength. Eight. Eight, I said.
Okay. So you do damage to the enemy, and the enemy makes an attack against you. But it was focused on him. Yeah, okay. So I haven't just had any damage yet. So what? Why is this? Oh, I did do it. 7. Okay. So it as its claws are headed towards Fraxinus, you claw it with your claws, and its stinger goes into your wing. Fortunately, it went all the way through, so it doesn't actually poison you, but it did bloody hurt. So 7 points of damage. And what damage did you do to it?
Oh, right. So my damage dice is just my normal d6.
Yes.
Should have just whacked it, I guess. 1.
1. Okay. It normally has armor, but I think it's kind of armor piercing the way you're actually attacking it. So, but that's.
Oh, sorry, I have 1 armor too. So we took 6 there, but
cool
still.
Bananas. Now, the eagle and the wyvern are kind of about to slam into you, Fraxinus. So, you can like dive out of the way, but you got to do like defy danger to not fall into the river and break your leg or whatever. Or you can just grab onto it, but it's going to get an attack on you because its claws are out ready to break your chest, basically.
I see. If I climb onto it and then, I wonder if if I climb onto it, I wonder if would I be able to would I at least get the potential to get better leverage to take advantage of my flame spear's dangerous aspect to like maybe light its wings on.
But it's going to get an attack on you as well. So yeah, you can do that. So you can just
I think I'll try to grab on and take the risk of of getting clawed in order to get that sweet striking vantage point.
All right. So you roll your so that's fine. You can jump on and slamming into you, and you do your hack and slash. If it goes badly, it means it got to claw you first.
Okay. So I'm just basically rolling. So I'm just basically rolling another 2d6, adding 1 for intelligence. Is that right?
It will be hack and slash, so it'll be strength.
I have a thing. If I'm using my, it's another stupid emulator trick. If I'm using my my flaming spear, although the spear is currently like, it's really more of a throwing weapon. So now that I think about it, I might not be able to use it in the way I was hoping.
I could argue Dex, because you've got to sort of get your timing to leap onto this thing and stab it as it's slamming towards you.
Oh, but if I'm using the burning brand weapon, then it's always intelligence.
Well, that's fine. Roll in then.
Yeah.
Was this a good idea? Maybe.
Most likely not, but I'm just shaking out the character here. So 2d6. Okay, so I've generated an 8 total.
So it's still hack and slash. So you do the damage. Yep. Okay. So, holy crap! It's got to move bite victim in half. I'm not going to do that, but you are going to be pierced with a poison sting.
Okay, that's fair.
I keep rolling 7s. What the hell? 5. We'll go with 5 damage, and you're poisoned, so you're probably feeling ill. We'll make that like a con debility.
Sure. So let me
feeling
5 points.
Sick. Yep.
And
conditions
I'll just put an X there, I guess.
Yeah, and do your damage.
Okay. And I'm trying to like I'm trying to like see if I can like set a wing on fire to at least the membrane parts along with if the dangerous tag is enough to achieve that, we'll find out. But let me at least roll the damage, which is D8 plus 1. Ooh, look at that! That's 9 points.
Oh yeah. All right. So yeah, describe how you kill this thing.
Oh, right. Well, if I was trying to set the wings on fire, let's say if I've killed it, let's say I managed to ignite both membranes, and as I'm, as it's basically starts shrieking in pain and kind of starts losing control of its flight and swiftly loses altitude, heading for the river, but I've still got the stinger stuck in me, which isn't great. So I kind of see us maybe hitting the river velocity with the stinger stuck in me, and me needing to pry myself loose before I go down with the ship, as it were.
All right.
Yeah, the eagle sort of flapping its wings, it's one hole and one damaged wing awkwardly, and then sort of like back into Elevor with blood streaming down one of his arms. Looks something in rough shape.
Okay.
What's Volrash up to with all this? Is she just standing by?
She's just keeping alert, and she sort of pulls out a scroll and she makes some notes about sort of journaled what happened.
All right. Yeah, I know she's a cleric, but I don't know if she's like a capital C heroic cleric, because I know that's not something you just take for granted.
And she fishes around in her belt pouches and then sprinkles this stuff on. Fraxinus, where he got poisoned. She was like, this will help.
Thank you.
Yeah. I was going to do that. Thank you. Elevor puts his poultices and herbs back into his bag where he was taking them out of.
I mean, I'll take all the healing you can offer.
It doesn't heal hit points, but it stops the poison. So after about an hour, the debility would go away. It's just,
That's good. That'd be pretty. That's not the kind of burning sensation I'm into.
Okay. All right.
So this is near the partway through our first day of travel.
Second, it's like halfway through the second day, so you're sort of at the edge of the sword barrow. We can say it's lunchtime break if you want to break here for lunch. Feast next to a blazing Weavern corpse.
Yeah, I guess it's probably sinking and probably no good for extra rations, I suppose.
Oh no, you could probably cut some off. If they're decent size, you can at least cut like the rear leg or something.
And I imagine its spirit is now gone, so it cannot be studied.
Oh.
It'll probably be leaving over like the next 10 minutes if you want to.
Is that enough to study it with studied essence?
Yeah, I think so.
Also, does it count as an animal that I could shape into, or is it?
I don't think so. I think it's technically a beast, which is
a magical thing, not of nature.
Will that let me understand it though, with a spirit tongue?
Yes.
Okay, then yes, I sort of wrapping a bandage around my arm. I sit down and just start like talking at the burning corpse. And like it's so what's your name? And then there's no response. It's like, so what's your name? And like just trying like saying things over with different emphases. Is he like watching for some sort of response that no one else can make out?
Since you're sort of chatting around lunch and that, here's a potential conversation you can use to have or not.
If we were you going to present a potential topic or is this?
Yeah. That's what I just put in the chat.
It's in the chat.
Oh, I see you going. Okay. Well, I imagine I'm going to guess that Fraxinus plans selling it at Falkris, since that seems to be the epicenter of civilization around these parts. Have either of you ever been?
I mean, you came from there, but do you mean?
I see what you're saying.
Have you Do you mean are you staying in town or just sort of passing through, sort of thing? Volrash is, yeah, she thinks there's a lot of sort of ruined places nearby, and if people bring back any of the lore, then she can sort of help consolidate that and help rebuild the knowledge that was lost.
What do you hope to do with that knowledge?
Just help civilization do better, be better.
What do you suppose went wrong the last time?
Greed, pride, the usual stuff.
Is there a large city somewhere in this world that exists, or something like that, that hasn't fallen? I have no idea what's.
Not in this area.
Yeah.
Bucharest is kind of it, and it's only like 10,000 people.
I was thinking like outside of the Nentir Vale, like a couple weeks away or something like that.
No.
Okay, then I have nothing to contribute
Yeah,
here.
I think Fraxinus may start to be a little bit of a annoying and suggest to Volrash that maybe rebuilding civilization is the problem itself. That that maybe there is such a thing as too big. There is no such thing as too big to fail, as it were. In fact, too big is the failure. And I'm not necessarily saying I believe in that, but I'm just putting that out there just to see how she defends her concept of knowledge and civilization. I'm kind of being like a, what would you call it, like that annoying person in philosophy class who's just arguing, who may seem like he's arguing just for the sake of argument, but I'm an immolator. I kind of just like try to throw in crazy ideas just to see how people react to it.
Yeah. She wants to learn from our mistakes and gather what was lost, sort of thing. Elevor, yeah, in the canon, no, there's not. But if you want to make up one, go
I was thinking
ahead.
I went to the city once and it was terrible, and I never want to go back.
People were chucking their toilet waste into the street and the good stuff.
You ever been to Lastport city down in the Smoking Coast? Terrible, awful. Oh, too many people. No one cares for the animals there. It's the smell, nothing natural.
See, that's exactly what I'm talking about now. It would have been if they had stayed, if that population had formed, say, even like a dozen towns, it would have the impact. It would be they'd be 12. You'd have yourself 12 like perfectly pleasant towns instead of one festering dung heap of people just suffocating on top of one another. But I guess people want to gather in their numbers, and I guess they believe in the whole safety in numbers thing. But I don't know. I think it creates a danger all its own. I hope, and I should hope that that's not the kind of civilization you're trying to rebuild. Without due respect, Volrash, she did heal my poison after all, and she's a fellow Dragonborn. Don't want to alienate my fellow.
She nods and makes some notes on her scroll and seems to be sort of looking off at the sky, thinking. All right, so you continue on the rest of that day. The weather turns a bit colder, a bit more overcast. And it's sort of looking around through the sort of cold, there's sort of cold hills of cold breeze. And so
I'll use my abilities to keep our torches nice and bright and warm.
Okay. You can hear crickets, mosquitoes. It's a little bit muggy here in certain spots. And you can see, in the distance, Volrash will point, that's the cemetery over there. Well, that's the battlefield where people were buried. There's swords sticking up out of the ground everywhere.
Ooh.
And we'll have a quick bio break, if that's all right.
Sure.
Okay. I think Volrash has blue scales. What is... Okay, you ready?
Yep.
Yeah.
Totally good. Okay. So, Valrush will say, I've got to perform the ceremony, and she'll start, she'll get your help sort of digging an area near where her other family members are buried, and then she'll start this long, detailed ceremony of where she's mostly probably chanting in Dragonborn, come to think of it. While that's happening, Fraxinis, there's quite a lot of ravens sitting on top of tombstones and sort of gnarly looking trees nearby. But when you look at the ravens, they don't have bird's eyes, they have human eyes.
Oh. Like perhaps they are druids as well as my friend Elevor. I would nudge Elevor and kind of like, well, actually, yeah, without giving away, because we are under full observation. Just maybe if I'm holding like, maybe I form a ceremonial flame and kind of like try to like have a few embers fly off in the direction of uh, the birds with human eyes, as a hopefully sort of way of saying, "Hey, check this out."
He's trying to distract the birds with a little bit of fire. Okay. A couple of them sort of try and follow it, but most of them just sort of watch it and then look back at you. Elevor, what are you up to?
Yeah. Am I able to catch that sign, the signal, and notice the birds?
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, do the are there any normal ravens around?
No.
Okay. Sorry, buddy. Sorry, being distracted here. Yeah, I mean, like, Practice went to all this effort to like don't let them know they've noticed. I've noticed them. Keep it cool. Keep it cool. And Elevor just like, well, that's interesting, and like fairly blatantly just starts examining them, trying to figure out like what the heck's up with this. This is new.
You also notice it was kind of cold breeze before, but that stopped, and then it was like the ravens were just here as soon as the breeze stopped. So you trying to get closer to the ravens, or?
Yeah, I'm assuming there's no other animals I could talk to for information here. I'll get a little bit closer. Like, you're not gonna go like right up to them yet. He might even call out to them in Raven.
Okay.
Say like, "Hello, I'm Elevor. What's your name?"
Yeah, they respond and tell you their names, and it's, blah blah of the summer, blah blah of the winter, that sort of thing. You get 20 different names chucked at you because there's heaps of them.
They all think you're talking right to them.
Yeah, and half of them are like, "Shut up, he's talking to me." No, you shut up, he's talking to me.
Coda is about to get evicted, I think. You either go up there, buddy, or you get out of the room. Capiche?
Time to make a choice. If only he had those druid abilities now.
He has chosen pain.
Yeah.
Alrighty. What color is Fraxinus' scales?
Oh,
what's his lineage?
I would say, well, yeah, I envision a red dragon lineage since I'm breathing fire, and in D&D, Dragonborn.
Well, yeah, I mean, you could have gone orangey red or even purpley red or something.
That's true. I found an image that I have to pick, but I didn't see a spot for inserting images. But let me throw it in the chat.
Yep, that's good.
Oh yes. So he gets their names, and he's like trying to keep them straight. Like, so you're,
nice.
What the format you said, like X of the winter, like.
Yep.
Yeah, but you're of the summer, and you're of the winter. Oh, hang on, one at a time. Oh, no, never mind. We can do names later. More importantly, what can you tell me about this area?
Lots of food on the ground.
Yes, it does look tasty.
And there's quite a lot of worms and caterpillars on the ground all over the place. It's like carpet. There's in some spots. There's so many of them.
The circle of life.
Many two legs around here.
No.
I can't help but wonder, have you always had your eyes like this?
Eyes? You wish to give your eyes? We accept.
Oh, no. I like my eyes right where they are, but you've been taking eyes from people?
Well, you know what they say, carry on regardless.
Wait a minute, did you just make a carrion pun?
Yeah. Oh, then they all sort of stop and look around like they've heard something and start to fly off.
Uh-oh.
Fraxinius, what are you doing?
Well, I'll look around to see what might have frightened them all off.
Yeah, it's very dark, overcast now. Like you can't see the sun at all. Actually, let's get two different ones. So 35 is 15. Sweet. Yeah, it's almost as if it's getting quite gloomy.
Well, if I may take one of our torches and try to Zuko my will upon it, as it were, to try to get the flame to kind of like go up and extend and illuminate as much of the area as possible from a mundane torchlight.
Okay.
And if I may, I could roll plus wisdom to see what happens with that.
Yep, go for it.
I believe 2. I think that was my heightened stat. No, wisdom is not. It's plus 1, 2d6 plus 1. And also I have to get rid of that condition because
yeah,
cleric has taken care of my poisoning.
It's been a couple of hours. Yep.
Yes. Oh, look at that! I generated a 13.
Box cards.
All right. So with the bright flash, you briefly, like for half a second, illuminate creatures that were closing in, kind of human shaped, but like forearms, slightly insectile features, but they retreat away from the light.
You know, I rather preferred the birds.
You and me both.
But you'd probably have that feeling that you're being watched, and not by birds.
I would have I heard. I would alert Volrish. I apologize for interrupting the ceremony. I know that's why we're here, but we are being surrounded.
Well, deal with them. That's why I'm paying you.
Right. Very well then. Okay, here we go.
Yeah, the feeling of being watched for something menacing Elevor has as well. You'd notice. Mm-hmm. If you come across something like this before, you can roll Spout Lore if you like. When you consult your accumulated knowledge about something.
Traveled a little bit.
But if you want to play, someone who's a bit more ignorant, then you don't have to do that. That's all right.
The ravens may be something I'm more likely to have encountered, but
yeah, I would actually. I would like to play. I would like to try to try to exercise my lore a bit, since insects tend to be, well, if they're anything like ants, whatever these insectoids are, ants certainly are, like ants and bees are certainly predominant civilization builders. So I'm sure I would have interest in at least those types of insects. And I wonder if perhaps that these beings may be related to them in any way. So getting ready to roll my lore, adding my +1, 8. I've only got an 8.
And I rolled a 3. Sorry, a 4.
Sweet. Okay. I mean, sorry, that's a shame.
Well, that's experience.
Yeah.
Okay.
Followed by some very reliable information, I'm sure.
That you're going to replay the second where they were illuminated briefly. Yeah, that they had kind of insectile features, but they were definitely humanoid shaped, and there was kind of an aura of cold around them. So you actually think they're undead.
Oh,
They are, yeah, not living civilization builders.
gotcha. Well, we are in the barrels. I guess that shouldn't be a terrible shocker. But
do you share that? Do you think they're undead?
Yeah, I feel pretty good.
No. They're praying mantises. Just rather large.
They're definitely preying on us.
I got a very good glimpse at one of them. It's a mantis, just a little large. I'll go talk to them.
In the meantime, I'm lighting up. Just be careful. I think it's definitely time to get myself. Are they close enough where they like be able to close into upon us? Are they imminently about to close in on us?
Yeah, two of them are about to grab Elevor. Thanks.
Oh, that's no good. Well, flaming sword it is then.
Terrible rolling. Okay. Okay, so two of them are about to grab Elevor. You have a chance to act, Fratzinus.
Yes, I will go ahead and try to conjure up a flaming sword. So that's going to be 2d6 plus 2, 10. So I get 3 uses. I'm going to make it a hand weapon, and I'm going to remove the dangerous tag because I don't want to risk setting stuff on fire accidentally because it's hallowed ground and all.
Are you still wounded, Elevor?
Unless we had a chance to make camp with our thing earlier. It wasn't mentioned, so my assumption is yes.
We did kind of break for lunch. Consume a ration. Didn't you bandage yourself though? So
I described that, yes.
Yeah, so you can have 2 points back from that. And then
back in double digits.
Just roll one of these. 4 points of damage. You get grabbed on either arm by these shadow creatures, and it's kind of cold and numb where they've grabbed you.
Well, that's rude. And I don't like that. So what did I turn into? Basically only got one trick here, but that wouldn't work.
I mean, you got to start. You can just bash them in the head. Or
I mean, that was both arms grabbed. And that's also not how we sort of.
You could try and do the, duck to the ground and kick him in the legs or something.
No, I don't think that's what I don't think that's what he rolled. I think he turned into a field mouse.
Okay.
Ideally, just shrinking out of their grasp, and bolting back for cover to regroup.
Okay. Roll your shapeshifting.
7.
Roll 2. So, yep. Okay. Crap, that was enough. All right, so you've got out of their grasp. Fraxinius, what are you up to?
I'm going to take my sword and try to cleave it upon one of the two shadow undead thingies, maybe playing mantises that are approaching Volrash. Excuse me. So we'll try to hack and slash at that. 2d6 plus 1. Using one of my 3 uses. Oh, not so good. Okay, I've generated a 6. Have fun with that one. And experience. Hooray. My first point of the set of the campaign.
Okay.
Oh, well, guys, I see where we're supposed to add stuff. There we go.
So 2 going for 4. 3 going for Volrash. So you're flailing at them with the sword. Elevor turned into a mouse to get out of his clothes and their grip as well, which is cool. That worked. However, 3 of them are going for Volrash, so there's now 5 against you lot. Volrash, it's your going. What are you up to?
Volrash?
Sorry. Elevor, there's 2 going for you, and there's 3 going for Volrash. What are you up to?
Or is that Fraxinus? Or are they actually going for Volrash?
It's 2 of them, 3 are going for Volrash, the NPC.
Okay,
2 are going for Elevor. Elevor, what are you up to?
After having escaped, I then turn from one extreme to the other, and the mouse turns into a bull.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll see how that goes. Very well. That's a 13.
So what are you turning into?
A bull.
Oh, bull, cow, bull. Okay,
Yeah.
yep. Yep, so you're going to try and slam into them?
And I'm going to,
Yep, roll hack and slash.
Not going to go well for me, but...
Never know. That looks pretty good to me.
Roll plus strength. Strength is plus 0.
Oh, okay.
All right, so that's a 7.
All right. So you take them and they take you. Okay. What have they got?
Well, it's not going to well. It's not so much because I was bound to fail, as obviously seen. It's because I don't really have enough HP or high enough damage die to make standing around trading blows a viable long-term strategy.
Okay. So roll the damage.
Just 1d6. Two.
Okay.
Double what I did last time.
You slam into one of the shadows. You hear it go crunch as you slam it into a tree. Because there were some torches around the area, which you would have put out to keep the area well lit as the sun's going down and that. But the other shadow put out one of those torches, so the area is a bit darker. So out of the 2 against you, you killed one, the other one put a torch out. So there's still 1 going for Elevor and 3 going for Volrash. Fraxinius, what are you up to?
All right. Did I suffer any...
No, it just feels cold. What they got you? He's frozen. Give him a sec. So a drink while I'm waiting. He's dropped out. Just give him a second to reconnect.
Am I back? There I am.
Yep, you're back. Totally good. And it was your turn to fight the bad guys or run away or whatever.
No, I'm going to keep wielding my sword, my flaming sword, against the whoever's closest to Volrush.
Okay.
So in this case, I will.
So you're trying to hurt them, or are you more trying to protect her?
Well, I think I was trying to hurt them, but unfortunately, I've rolled another 6, and I feel like 2 6s in a row can't go unpunished. I'm very disappointed in myself, but that is what happened.
One of the 6 monsters was you attracted more of them, and they've already rocked up. So.
Oh, I got you. Unfortunately, I've flubbed it yet once again.
But yeah, were you trying to hurt them or more protect her? Because 3 of them are going for her.
Yeah, ultimately, I was picking those 3 because I wanted to protect her. That was kind of the going idea, unfortunately, at least.
Because that would have been roll plus con then.
Oh no, I'm sorry. Yeah, you're talking about like an actual specific defend. No, I was trying to.
Well, narratively, you were trying to protect her, so that's in which case that would be a 7.
Okay. Yeah, I suppose so. If we can describe that as like just a full on defense. Yeah, because I definitely want to keep her alive. So.
Okay. Okay, so you get their attention, and the problem is you get all of their attention. All 3 of them are now focused on you and not her.
Okay. Well,
do you want to do hack and slash, or are you going to lead them on a merry chase of defy danger, or what do you?
Oh, that's a good question. Yeah, let's see. Elevor is shaped like a. Can I try to get them to follow me so that they might run themselves right into the path of the raging bull that we have before us now?
That sounds like defy danger.
Yeah, basically set them up for Elevor.
Because he's thinking quickly. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, go for it.
I can think quickly.
Well, we'll see. But quickly.
No, I can't. I can't think. I can't do anything. Apparently, I've rolled a 5. Oh my goodness. I seem to be very much out of sorts here. Well, I guess do with that as you will.
One of the things I can do is change the environment. So maybe, you guys have used this tactic before, but like the last bit of the sunlight peeks through the clouds, the shadows quickly go and hide away. But, you two kind of smack into each other, not in a painful way, just sort of, I'm now hanging onto the front of a ball. And then you notice the sun go down. So, you've probably only got a minute or 2 before the shadows come back.
How is Volrush still in the middle of her ceremony?
Yep.
I take it this isn't the sort of thing that can be rushed?
No. But, you've got a couple of actions worth of doing some preparation before the shadows come back. The last of sunlight goes beneath the horizon.
Are we now? You said so. We're basically on like a hilly ground with lots of swords indicating graves, right?
Yep, there was a huge battlefield, and
gotcha.
We just left them.
And there's nothing in the way of like dried like trees or other kindling about, I assume.
No, it's a little bit damp here, so
gotcha.
I mean, you could dry them out, but it'll take time, which you don't have a lot of.
Right. Yeah, the only thing I can think of is if we take the swords and just try to like temporarily make a makeshift barrier, even if would it be possible to just like turn the swords upside down and just replant them and just kind of make like a makeshift barrier of
Okay.
I grunt and kick in the direction of one of the torches. that are implanted in the ground.
Oh, right. Or I could just like take advantage of that and maybe try to create a flaming wall, flaming barrier by bending the flame to my will. If I don't, I mean, what are the odds of me screwing up 4 rolls in a row, right?
If you've got, oh no, because that's not rations. What do you call it? Adventuring gear. Yeah,
I do, in fact. Yes.
Because you could say one of them's oil, so you could light up
Oh.
a bunch of the swords.
I see.
So it's a physical and visual barrier because they really didn't like your fire before. So yeah, that's easy enough. I'm not going to make you roll because you've been rolling
over the swords. So basically, you're suggesting pouring the oil over the swords and then just lighting it up.
It will put them in the ground point outwards around you and then light them up as well. So you've got.
I think that sounds delightful. I think that sounds like a wonderful idea. Should I still make a roll for the Zuko move, or do I dare just?
Not the way you've been rolling, no.
Good. I like it.
You can't have you level up before the fight ends.
Exactly. It's a little ostentatious. I admit. But yeah, I guess that's how we'll make our last stand.
Okay, so while he's doing that, Frax is doing that with the swords. Elevor, what do you find here that you don't want to share? Maybe something gets dislodged while the swords are being prodded out, or I don't know. Maybe it's one of the raven's eyes.
Just give me a minute here to come up with something good.
Sure.
Almost there. It's 90% formed. So when he wrenches one of the swords out, just in a real haste, it like dislodges a big clod of dirt, and I can look down. Bull and me can look down and see the grave, the corpse that was under the sword. And there are 2 striking things about it. One of them isn't surprising at all. It has raven eyes in its half-rotted skull. And that's about what I expected. But what's concerning is that the corpse is very clearly charred. This corpse has been burned in the past. And what that implies, I don't have enough time to fully contemplate.
Okay. You're keeping the skull?
I mean, I'm in bull form right now, and I'm not dropping that yet. So,
okay.
I can't communicate. I couldn't communicate this now if I wanted to, but.
All right. So it is dark. Apart from the flaming swords, it's very dark overhead. You can't see the night sky because of all the clouds. Volrush is chanting away with the sermon. You definitely got the feeling, you both got the feeling you're being watched. The sort of menacing eyes out beyond the flaming swords, I should say. You going to try and talk to them or flip them the bird, moon them? I don't know.
So when we got an up-close look at them, would you get a better description of what they look like when you're tangling with them more directly?
Just vaguely human-shaped. 4 arms. Kind of insectile eyes. But they're
okay.
cold.
I drop out of bull form.
Okay.
Back into human form. And I do not have a dagger. Do you have a knife? I call out, or the urgent tone of my voice.
Not when carved from metal.
Fine, we'll do this the nasty way. No. And I rip out one of the insectoid eyes from the one I killed.
Okay.
And then I hold it up in the air. And what was the name of one of the ravens? You said X of the
X
Winter.
of the Winter.
But
yeah. Uriel of Winter.
Uriel of Winter, I have an eye for you.
Oh.
Okay. Okay, so they're like, give us back what is ours, and you may walk away while we feast on the others.
Is that the zombie things are saying that, or
the shadows? Raven? Yeah, the ravens have gone.
Okay,
it's the shadows talking to you.
The Raven did not respond to Uriel did not respond to my offer to give him an eye of the.
Oh, sorry, you were trying to track the ravens.
Yeah.
Okay. Yep.
I was trying to change the game by bringing back this other sort of supernatural thing. Make a deal with them.
That sounds like a parlay roll. Let's go for it.
Okay. Let's see here. +1 charisma. Boxcars.
Damn.
Oh, the 13.
Yep, they're down with this.
That's good.
Let's get 2 of these. Alright, so 12 ravens come back.
That's a cool idea.
My hand's sort of like, covered in viscera. Just still sort of like holding up this eye, this like insectoid eye,
right.
for Uriel or whichever of the ravens goes for it. Take if they want.
I think 3 of them will land on your hand and start sort of pecking at it. The eye, that is, not your hand. But there's another 9 of them sort of land in the circle facing outwards towards the shadows. I think one of them will sit on Fraxinius's head.
It's just like the goat. It's like that damn goat.
There's another one here too. Have we only killed the one, or have we killed more than one?
No, you killed one.
Okay. I'll get that for you in a second. What are those things, and how can we keep them away? Fair. You asked for an eye. I gave you an eye, and an unusual eye, I might note, not one of your existing collection.
They say they're shadows. Put the light in their hearts, and they will die.
Oh.
I relay that. And yeah. All
right, and then the ravens say, "We will come back and feast more," and they fly out of the circle. And we'll just do some abstract rolls here. It's ravens. Oh, got 5. Oh, all right. So the ravens are losing.
Are they fighting?
Yeah.
Okay. Fire in the heart, Fraxinus. That's how you kill him. And then I pick up awkwardly because I'm clearly not familiar with this. One of the flaming swords that he planted.
Well, I should still have one use of my flaming sword, so I think I'll just try, instead of like fighting with it as I would a blade, just as I've just been instructed, just see if I can just plunge it just directly into their
more like a rapier.
Yeah.
Yep. All right, go for it. It's hack and slash.
All right. I know we've had a rough day today so far, but I think we can pull this through at the end if we can just work together. All right. I just generated an 8. That's delightful.
Okay.
And whatever happens after this, my sword will be extinguished, and I'll have to reach it
to roll your damage.
Okay. So it'll just be a straight D8 because I didn't add the +1 modifier. It is not dangerous. It's just plain old 7 points of damage.
Okay. So, Elevor, you see Fraxinius cut down one of the shadows. However, the light from his flaming sword goes out, and two of them, and you notice as 2 of them grab him. So he's about to get piled on by a bunch of shadows. What are you doing?
Trying to stab my flaming sword through their chest from behind.
Okay. Be hack and slash.
Fun. This is way more hack and slash than this character should be rolling. +0 again. Okay. 6. Level 2 if I can survive it. Not quite yet, but getting close, should say.
Just find a... I'm just looking at the GM moves, what can be interesting. Signs of an approaching threat. No, it's already here. And you're already wounded, aren't you? So I'll put an opportunity with a cost. That sounds good. Okay. So, Elevor, you can stab Frax by mistake, but in kind of the tussle, the shadows aren't grabbing either of you anymore. Or you can miss Frax, but you've been grabbed.
For whatever it's worth, I say stab away.
I wouldn't actually kill one of them with that. It's not the sort of thing where I stab through him and I go too far and hit him too.
Yeah.
It's more of a I flail around madly, and he's the only one I hurt is my ally.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll hurt him.
Yeah.
Damage.
He just like So it's like, I like clearly have no idea what he's doing with a sword. My low damage dice.
Oh, sorry, I was getting rid of some. So, all right, yep. Grab one again.
Sorry,
I got rid of some because there's too many on the thing. So.
Yeah, no, I got a 2.
2 total. Oh yeah, that was damage. Yeah, so you suffered 2 points of damage. That's all right. That's good.
Ow.
That's right. You want to roll low in that case. Okay. There's 5 around you both. You're back to back, I guess, at this point would make sense. Fraxinius, what are you doing?
All right, I need to reform another burning brand.
Okay.
So I'm going to roll plus Constitution.
You've certainly got incentive.
Yes. Oh, hang on. I've got to reestablish my connection to this server again. All right, try this again. 2d6. Oh, all right. I've generated a 12. I'm going to make this hand, and I'm going to give it +1 damage, retaining the dangerous tag and 3 uses. Okay. So the flames burning. This will be another sword, but it's burning kind of wildly. It's kind of like what's his face's lightsaber from the most recent Star Wars movies.
Oh, Kylo Ren.
Yeah, that sort of deal. Except it's like shooting out all over the place, not just in the scabbard.
And it's dangerous to them because it's bright. So they're like, they can't fight it as well because they have to look away from it. All right, roll your hack and slash.
Sure. Okay. 2d +1.
Hopefully this isn't Elevor's last stand and you can...
Hooray! That's more like it. I generated a 12.
All right.
So I will roll a d8 +1. And let's see what I get. Whoops, I forgot to put the 1 in front.
Now, is this all on 1 or is this split over 2?
Oh, it probably would have been 2. I mean, it's a total of 5 damage. But yeah, if I could affect more than 1, I probably would.
Yeah. You can go hack. And,
I'm flailing wildly at this point. So yeah, I probably wouldn't just focus on 1 at a time.
Okay. All right, so you're hacking at them. 2 of them lunge for Elevor. Elevor, what are you up to?
I don't have any good options here. I'm going to make camp. No. Fuck it. I try to brace myself and and try to meet one of them with the flaming sword, like I'm a pikeman meeting a charge, and trying to skewer them and hopefully take one down.
I mean, you can turn into like a cheetah or a cougar or something. Or
we fire to the heart. It's the only thing that does anything here.
Oh, that kills them instantly, but
yeah,
you can still beat them up the old-fashioned way.
Doesn't actually help my stats any though.
No.
Okay. Like once I get the other levels, like I can get stuff or it's actually better for me to be in animal form. But so let's see here, another 6. So that takes me 7 XP.
Okay, there's lots of low rolls. What else can we do here? Put someone on the spot. What the hell does that mean? Okay, you're trying to stab them. You miss, probably as much because they're trying to get out of the way of his bright flaming friggin' sword. And you notice that 2 of them are dragging Volrush off.
Oh.
What are you doing, Elevor? Are you going to keep fighting here? Are you going to try and make a dash for her? You're going to
Yeah,
say, bugger this, I'm going home.
I saw Ian take bull form again and try to do a trampling charge to.
I'm not even going to make you roll. You can go back into bull form and you're charging over there. Okay. Well, you see him charge over there. Fraxinius, what are you up to?
My flaming. I dropped the flaming sword before I shift, so it's not inside me. It's still available on the ground.
Yep.
I don't think anything bad would happen. It's just like I'm leaving that as a useful item.
Narrative option. Yeah. That's fine.
Would it be rude if I tried to ride?
You can try that.
Hopefully it won't be. You won't take it as rude if I suddenly turn you into my mount, as it were, my charging steed. Also, I just hope I can hang on for dear life because you are.
I'll get you to defy danger. It's more about them not raking the shit out of your arms and back and stuff as you try to jump on the back of the bull.
Oh, good point.
Yep.
All right.
Frozen again.
Yeah, it would be Dex. Huh? Oh, bugger. All right. Just give me a sec. All right. If you want to have a quick drink or toilet break or whatever, go for it. It might be a couple of minutes.
I'll be back in a few.
Sorry about that.
Oh, that's all right. Yeah, he's just grabbing a drink.
Am I back?
If you want to grab a, yes, you are.
Okay.
He's just grabbing a drink. If you want to grab a drink, I'll quickly go to the toilet, and then we can keep rolling or whatever. So,
okay, I'll be back in a few minutes.
No worries. We got a picture of a shadow. Not really big, is it?
Still nothing?
Yeah, he's back. He's just grabbing a drink.
Okay.
That's right.
All right.
Okay. So if you want to roll your Defy Danger, Frax, anything else?
And which attribute am I using for that?
Dex, it would be, I think.
Okay. It's not it's not great, but here we go. 8 plus 8. 8 total.
Okay. You can be on his back, but like you can't do anything else. You're hanging on for dear life. He's bigger and faster than you thought.
Okay.
Or you can
hanging on
miss
for dear
him.
life.
Or you can miss him, and like you're separated because he's charged off. But you're fine.
I will take the chance with hanging on for dear life because I want to be, as long as I'm closer to Volrish. That's the important thing, even if I get more dinged up in the process.
Okay. All right. So now do your hack and slash as you're slamming into them as a bull. This is a sentence I don't get to say often.
Probably not an entirely original sentence in the history of another 6. 5 plus 1.
Oh, no. Wow.
So that's, if I survive, I've leveled up. 4 failed rolls today.
I thought I was doing bad.
I'm keep trying to hack and slash, and a stat I have plus 0.
Gotcha.
In, so
yeah, we need a.
You get a lot of 6s if you roll 2d6 plus 0 enough.
Yeah. Well, yeah. Hopefully, we can find ourselves a full roster, and you can lean back and be wise for the group.
All right. So roll your damage.
Right, it's 1d6. 3. Steadily increasing.
So I think you'll slam one into a tree, but it's an old tree and it falls on you, so you're pinned to the ground at the minute.
Take any damage?
Like 2 points. It's more that it's big and heavy, and as a bull, it's hard for you to get it off you.
Yeah, you're a big creature, but not so much with center of gravity, I guess.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
So how does that affect Fraxinus clinging to my back?
That's a good question.
Yeah, I can be nice and just say you fell off during the impact.
Okay.
So you're next to a pin ball. Okay. Oh, well, her things got interrupted, so I can have a roll of this turn undead thing. So roll plus wisdom. Let's just see how this goes. Well, hoping the dice roller will be nice to this NPC. 9. All right. What does 9 give me for turn undead? Intelligent undead are momentarily dazed, minus undead. Okay, so they're dazed. She's gone by the power of Ayun, whose knowledge is beyond your feeble understanding, pathetic evildoers. And they're like, what? How rude. But they're not attacking. Fraxinius, you can attack one of them or help get the big, well, it's not big tree, the old tree off your friend in bull form.
I'm going to trust that Elevor can simply change it, can escape the pinning simply by changing form. So I will proceed to try to bring some light into the heart of one of these shadowy jerks.
Okay.
And are we running it as more hack and slashing?
Yeah, unless you want to do it as protecting one of the other two.
Well.
No, well then I actually you're attacking at the minute, so no, it would be hack and slash because you're taking the offense at this point.
Yeah, I think that sounds right. Let's see, what do you get here? All right, I've generated an 11. So my turnaround is.
Tell me how you kill it.
All right. Well, I think it's just very straightforward. I think this, I may have lost track, but this may very well be my last usage of this flaming brand. So we could say that it extinguishes just as soon as as I plunge it into the heart, it kind of like shoots its light throughout the shadow creature and then extinguishes along with the shadow creature since I use the rest of, I guess, what remained of the fire to light that thing up from the inside.
Okay. All right. Elevor, what are you up to?
Yeah, so I'm pinned under this tree as a bull. If I shapeshift into something small, can I do it so that the smaller part ends up being the part that's not under the tree?
Yeah.
As opposed to shapeshifting into a mouse and like
because you're gonna wiggle around and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I'm gonna shapeshift into a plains wolf, I think, which is small enough that I can sort of get out. I'll roll for that. So that actually is this is new and all that. Because this is what I'm actually good at. I rolled a 5 + 2, which is a 7, and then a success. Yeah, and then I don't know, try to savage one of the undead.
Okay. Well, you could put the hilts of 2 flaming swords in your mouth and just run around in a circle now. No, that's a bit broken. Okay, so yep. So you can savage one of the shadows. I'm not even going to make you roll. That's fine. All right. So they're going to retreat. You know, you can sense they're sort of a couple of 100 feet away or whatever, but they're not immediately attacking you. They've taken enough losses and they're just sort of cautiously watching from over there, basically. So there's the 3 of you. You're wounded.
How many of the shadow beings are left?
Probably 10. It's hard to tell. It's dark out there. There's sort of hills and trees and stuff, and you've got the firelight close to you. You can sense they're out there, but they're not right next to you.
Well, I did technically promise the ravens more.
Well, you just killed 2, so that's fine. Yeah. They can eat that. so yeah, they can come down and, you know, cheers for the feed and rip.
Are there any like trees nearby that I could set a fire that won't with a minimal risk of having that fire spread around?
Yeah. There's not thick vegetation. It's the trees are kind of spread out and that. So yeah.
I mean, I just knocked down a whole tree.
True.
Big enough to pin down a bull. That could burn, baby.
Yeah,
that'll burn for a while.
Yeah, that sounds like a good plan. Same way you don't mind, of course, Elevor.
I'm going for shit about trees.
Oh, okay.
He's an animal druid, not a plant druid. But
gotcha.
No, it's
there you go stereotyping druids again. Yeah, let's light up that fallen tree and maybe try to create enough of a bonfire that it would just keep the creatures at bay. Dare I say, through the night.
Okay.
Or at least long enough for her to complete her ritual.
Right, and so we get out of here.
Yep.
So
okay, so yeah,
lighting up individual trees.
Do you want to pick a move or something, Elevor?
We have time for me to level up.
Oh yeah, no, because you got to make camp for that. So
Yeah.
okay, no, you don't have time for that yet. Okay, but it's a couple of hours. Do you have time for that?
So if I settle in, rest, consume a ration, I have to take watch. So like if Fraxinus takes watch, so I can sleep. I even without sleeping, as long as I have a couple hours of rest, I can level up. And if I have a couple hours of sleep, then I can heal up to half my max HP.
Yeah. Well, yeah, it's Fraxinus is willing to keep watch.
Sure.
Elevor can rest.
I'll assume I don't just stare into the bonfire, no matter what happens.
Oh, you'll keep an eye on Volrush as well, because she's doing a ceremony.
It's a long ceremony.
Yeah, it's like an hour long or something. Okay, so yeah, she has finished her ceremony. Elevor's had his nap.
And the shadow creatures are keeping their distance so far?
Yes.
That's good.
They might be getting closer. So she says, maybe we need to make a break. There's some ruins sort of like an hour that way. We could make a break for them.
Sure. I'm good with that plan. Make sure everyone has a lit torch the whole way. And just make a run for it.
Okay. This sounds like defy danger dex, because it's to move quickly and avoid danger. So yeah, once it's running flat out, is that it? Holding torches?
I think so. And I just rolled a 9. Also with our Wolf the donkey, of course.
I've forgotten about the donkey.
You never forget the donkey. Although we all just kind of did.
I'm taking the move Shed. When I take damage in shapeshifter form, I can choose to negate that damage by reverting to my natural form.
Okay. Neat. We can say the ravens were helping defend the donkey. They share some kinship. And don't need to explain it. They just do.
It's part of lore now.
Okay. All right. So, if you want to do defy danger dex, Elevor.
Okay. Dex. What is my dex even? +0. Sorry, I have to actually reset. So I go back to roll 2, and my HP resets. Okay, great. 2d6, 0. A 9.
So
I figured out, by the way, why Roll With Me wasn't working like we were expecting. We weren't seeing like a record. Because we're using the visual dice table option.
Okay.
And not the text dice roller, which is a little different setup.
That's not going to let me in at all. Come on. Okay, let's try this one. Okay, so, Volrush and you two are running through the darkness, holding onto your torches. The donkey's ahead of you because it's the brains of the party. And Volrush trips. You can keep running and you'll be safe, but she won't be.
I won't want to leave her behind.
We haven't gotten paid yet.
Well, that too. There's also that. So I will go ahead and, I'd want to, I would stop running and try to bring her back to her feet. And
I'm sort of waving the torch around, defensively as we do this.
Okay, so 2 have gotten ahead of where you're going. You're going to have to fight them or do something to get around them, but they're standing directly between you and your donkey. Dun 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 dun.
It's a bull time, baby.
All
right. So roll for form. $11 to assume that form. And an 11 on hack and slash.
Oh, tell me how you kill one.
Well, I make a proposal here. We haven't been using this hold thing, but I have 3 hold, and I can spend it to take a move.
Yep.
One of the suggested moves for hardy beasts is trample them, and I suggest that if I spend a hold here, I can trample both.
Okay, sure.
They're like reaching out to like grab me, and the bull. I start running toward them in human form, and they're reaching out for me, and like mid stride, I just sort of shift and into the bull and just plow over them, horns lowered.
Yeah, they may not be dead, but they're not getting up in a hurry because their limbs are shattered. All right. I think, Volrush staggers back to her feet with your help, and you two sort of run after the bull, who catches up with the donkey. Dear. Would have been a lot of refilming.
The donkey and I do a hoof tap.
There's a bunch of ravens sitting on the donkey's back. Like, really? You think you're as good as us? All right. So, I might like this. With me, where the other one? Okay, yeah. So you can run out of the barrows. She did get a ceremony off, so that's fine. You can. Oh, Jesus. Elevor's quite damaged. Okay, so at the edge of the barrows, the sword down.
I think we said that I was able to sleep. If not, then I'll go back down to where I was.
Oh, so you got rid of a lot of your wounds. Okay, cool. All right.
I can easily go back down to say I didn't get a chance to fully sleep, just to.
No, it makes sense. You had a nap, and while he stood guard and talked to the fire, and the voices in his head and stuff. So now we're back to undertake a perilous journey. Same rolls as last time.
Mm-hmm.
Sure.
Okay. So roll plus wisdom, everybody.
That's a 7.
I'm doing the trailblazer, right?
Yes.
All right.
Six. Okay. Well, I'm getting to try out lots of different keeper moves. I think between her role and your role, yeah, you're out of food. So you may get back to town, but you're bloody hungry. You've got no food left.
Except for Elevor. Elevor is not hungry.
Oh, of course.
Like it says something about the poor route we take that we managed to go through even the extra food that Elevor had brought.
Yeah. I think he may have frozen again. Just give him a second. Yay, technology. All right. Shares when you take too much on. That's handy ability, that one. Okay. Yeah, I think I used this dice roller. It does seem a bit better than the other one. Okay. All right, back?
Yes.
Jolly good. Okay, so you made it back to town. The two Dragonborn are bloody hungry. Elevor's just fine.
Right.
Yes. And you get paid. Ching. 200 each. So 200 coin each.
Delightful. It's very vigorous and enlightening journey.
Dear. Okay. So yeah, if you have any rations that you use, you'll need to restock them.
I suppose.
Yeah. How much are those? I mean, yeah, I'm not even bother spending money on rations. I'll buy.
So 5 years is 3 coins for dungeon rations.
Yeah.
3 coins. Fair
But
enough.
while we're there, antitoxin is 10 coins.
Yeah.
May or may not.
Here's my poultices and herbs. When I carefully treat someone's wounds with poultices and herbs, heal them with 7 damage and expend a use. That would have come in handy.
Did you say? Okay, I've got one of those now.
Yeah, I'll get some adventuring gear.
Yeah, it's always handy. Yeah, so Volrush will thank you both profusely. You earned them. You certainly earned the money. She thanks you for your time and effort.
Was a bit more of a bitey adventure than I expected.
Well, that's
I'm going to have fun telling Darian what he missed.
Alrighty. So. Is it? I guess there's a chance for you to roleplay your class or your alignment or your bonds or whatever. Is it doing anything in town once you're back? You've rested overnight, had a huge meal or whatever.
Yeah, I definitely.
You throw a big party and we can roll corrals, or you think you just?
Definitely carouse. I already stirred up some shit on the way there, talking about with my discussion with Volrush. But I'm happy to just get right into the carousing at this point.
Okay. So when you return triumphant, throw a big party. Spend 100 coin. Holy crap, that's a lot.
Does that mean that each of us or collectively?
It might be collectively, I think, because I don't know if Elevor is into that, but yeah.
Oh,
I mean, he'll show up and have a beer, but
you can do half each or whatever. No,
I think this is not his jam.
Okay. I'm perfectly happy to cover the carousing cost myself, because I'll go ahead and just assume that this is in fact my jam.
Yeah, I mean, he might actually prefer that Elevor, the guy who smells like animals, is maybe not too involved in hosting this party.
Yeah, I'm gonna as I carouse, I'm of course gonna just relieved to be alive. I'll be how happily extol anyone who cares to listen about our
well, there's probably
the ravens with human eyes and the
there's probably like 100 Dragonborn in town, so half of them will rock up and introduce themselves and recite their lineage and come to meet this brave hero that's come.
That's right. I am still relatively new in town, so yeah, I definitely want to take advantage to kind of like ingratiate myself into the community, as it were.
Well, there's a lot of older Dragonborn sort of say, we're glad you've come to this region to help us out, and they presume you're going to make the area better. They don't actually ask you, they just presume you're going to clear out all the monsters. Some of them try and introduce their eligible sons and daughters and stuff like that, and they just they've got this idea of you and they don't even ask.
yeah, exactly. Apprentices, spouses, whatever, it's funny because like I'm kind of like again I kind of feel like I envision myself wanting to like help the community stay stable, but if it ever starts growing like really large, like starts approaching like the potential for cityhood, I'd probably want to like stir shit up to kind of like it's kind of like knocking an anthill once it gets to a certain height. That's kind of like what my mission is. But for now, I'm gonna just enjoy the good vibes, and I'm happy to be here for now, and make it easier if I need to like stir shit up and cause a ruckus later.
So roll carouse.
Yeah, it's carouse. So that's just a straight up 2d6, right?
Yep.
So let's take off that modifier. Call it a carouse. I'll call it party time with Fraxidus. All right, it's an 8.
Okay. So, choose one.
What are the options again? I don't have my basic moves open.
There you go.
Sorry about that. Actually, maybe I do. Yeah, it's part of this PDF, isn't it? There we go. Carouse. Okay, so I can befriend a useful NPC, hear rumors of an opportunity, gain useful information, or I am not entangled, ensorcelled, or tricked. Oh, wow. The last option's no fun, right? I think, I think at this point I'd like to. It sounds like since everyone's excited about the new guy in town, I think befriending a useful NPC seems to be the most likely outcome from what you've described.
What I was thinking, but you can reject it if you don't like the idea. Volrush has actually got a bunch of scrolls for like cleric and wizard scrolls and stuff. So if you want to take some moves from cleric or wizard later, you could actually study with her and.
Okay, that would be the opportunity thing, right?
Yeah, but if you don't think you'd be interested in that, I could do something else.
No, I think you know what? I think I'll go ahead and take that up. But it looks like I don't think I'm going to be in danger of losing favor with the community anytime soon. At least not right away. Inevitably, absolutely. But I kind of like what you presented about the potential opportunity. Plus, I think in a way, I think Volrush could be a good NPC anyway to not necessarily befriend yet, since I'm already taking advantage of the opportunity, but at least there could be potential for forming a friendship with that NPC. So yeah, I think I like what you've presented. Let's go with the access to what was it, Druid and Cleric scrolls?
Well, Cleric and Wizard. She's got hotspots because she's Iyun, so.
Sure.
Right. So you're just having a drink and then pissing off, or are you going to do anything else at the party, Elevor? There'd probably be some farmers there, or
yeah. I mean, he has a drink. He hangs out a little bit. People start. He gets some side eyes and some wrinkled noses, and he didn't stay long because he's got his own. But I would like to pitch is that after having had a dicey go of it on this round, I think Elevor is going to spend some time with the animals in his farm practicing, which for bolster. What I'd argue, like doing some combat training and and practice with shapeshifting to try to get in a position so that learn a new move or two so that he doesn't fail so miserably next time.
All right. You want to write that down somewhere so you remember? Yeah, that's fine. God, Jim the Goat.
How long should I write that down for? A week or two, a month?
Yeah, 2 weeks, you can say.
Okay, so that's one preparation.
Yep. But pretty much every time you meet the goat, you're going to have to dodge it because they're super enthusiastic. Every time I go to a wildlife park and there's a petting zoo, it's goat slams into kid, goat slams into kid. It's like, well, the kid's got food. Of course the goat's going to jump at it. Alrighty. All right. Let's do some end of session. So, did we learn something? There's
weird ravens. I think that's. I mean, Elevor certainly intrigued by that.
And you've got that skull with the raven's eyes, human skulls with the raven's eyes in it. Did we overcome a notable monster? Yeah, you fought a shitload of shadows. Did we loot a memorable treasure?
Nah. I think so.
I don't know. I think that skull's pretty memorable. Oh, he's dropped out again. Bloody hell. All right. So
I'll write on skull with raven eyes on my gear.
Yep.
Okay.
So yeah, 3 XP each for that.
Nice. That was for the adventure. 3 XP?
Yep.
Delightful.
Yep.
May I claim an alignment XP for trying to introduce dangerous ideas about the proper size of us, or the dangers of unrestricted civilization?
Yeah, I think so.
I did not grow anything today, so no alignment for me this time.
See what is
Does Elevor suppose that those shadowy beings could have been the great danger following me around?
Now, I mean, I don't. They seem rather like they're. I think that's a longer term thing. I think, but
Gotcha.
Blake, if you're talking, we can't hear you.
Shit, bloody thing, we're muted. Okay, under good alignment, it's got lead others into righteous battle, and you turned into a bull once and charged into them. So yeah, you get a point for taking the fight to the enemy.
Hooray.
No, my sheet at least says good help something or someone grow.
Yeah, that's for druid. Good.
Yeah.
I'm just talking about general good alignment. It's ignore danger to aid another, lead others into righteous battle, give up powers or riches for greater good, reveal a dangerous lie, or show mercy. And you led others into battle.
All those apply? I thought we only got one listed in our sheet.
Yeah, no, you've got all of them.
Oh, okay.
So yeah, you get a point for that. Taking the fight to the evil, bad. Later on, I found like after third and fourth, you fail less, so the leveling really slows down. So you kind of gotta go for as many as you can.
Oh, right. That's what I've heard about, like a ladder level dungeon world. Not that I've ever gotten that way myself, but
yeah, I mean that's probably good game design to help people rush through the first couple levels, and then you can luxuriate a little bit once your character is a little more fleshed out. And can actually accomplish things. Like next level, I'll take Form Crafter, so I can choose a +1 to if I'm gonna go into a fighting form, I can choose +1 to Strength. If I'm going into a Scouty form, I can choose +1 to Dex or whatever.
Yeah. Aside from sort of the party celebration thing, is there anything else your character's doing in town? Excuse me.
Not for now. I think I've got everything. I think I've got everything sorted out until the next session.
Other than leveling up.
Yeah, I do have to level.
We can. You can do stars and wishes. Mike, you want to do stars and wishes? Or?
I can go first while he's leveling up. Let's see. Yeah, no, I liked being able to get in some fights, try out some of that stuff. Despite the fact that Elevor is not, at least currently, very well suited for that. As a player, I enjoyed that. The only wish is I think you could have hit harder on us. I think you pulled some punches there with all those failed rolls. And Dungeon World's a game where shit can get real. So
yeah. No, I had you attract a lot of teachers. Like initially, it was just 3 shadows, but it ended up being like 11 because like, you're just more and more like slowly converging on you. But
yeah, I was convinced for a while that I was going to get a Death Gate roll in there, but yeah, I'm just saying, at least personally, the player, I am comfortable with getting hit harder.
Yep. I'll make a note of that. That's all right.
Oop, and frozen.
Yeah, same here.
Oh.
Yeah, it's frozen a bit. Do you have any wishes for next time? It could be, I want a wedding scene. It could be, I want a boule. I don't know. Anything.
I think it would be fun if we could maybe get involved in like some Falcrest stuff, because I always thought that Falcrest was kind of a neatly developed, town for hijinks. I don't know, David, how you feel about like, do you prefer going out questy stuff or?
I like a good mix. Especially, a character like Elevor is not, the most. He's not like a quest-driven character.
Mm-hmm.
With a different character might, for example, be really focused on this keep that we reclaimed last time and like building that up, or hunting down the person who killed his father. Elevor is more of a, at least so far, doesn't really have any of that sort of driving thing. So I'm happy to go around and try different stuff.
I do like his vibe. I like the fact that you're just a druid who's happy to stick to his farm, and he's not a big zealot or like a big quest hog like you just mentioned. I kind of dig that vibe that you just want to hang out with your animals and be cool, and I appreciate that vibe. I dig it. But I think that might be my one request, if we could try like, especially because of the emulator kind of like specializes in mixing up and kind of like stirring the pot amongst other people. In fact, I was thinking about taking the Firebrand for my next move, which allows me to introduce new ideas to NPCs and have them act on it depending on how well I roll, which could be fun.
Sedition. Fun.
So yeah, in fact, I think I am going to go with that for my level 2 move. So that'll be I guess if I had a wish, it would be that one.
Cool bananas.
And of course, whatever we do based on whoever else may show up is cool as well.
Yeah. Well, the keep's something like a day from Fallcrest, so it's not hard to say. Okay, you go back in town for some supplies. While you're there, blah blah happens.
Right.
It's not a big deal.
Cool.
All right. We shall leave it at that. That was good.
Yeah, this was fun.